So normally I start these things out with pieces of paper and I write on things. But there's two reasons I'm not doing that today. One, I have a lot to say and I don't have time to write it all. And two, I feel like I'm wasting a lot of paper. I've been reusing them and stuff, but it's not the same. So I wanted to tell you guys about my neighbor. And he's my first love. And God, that boy. Well, in 6th grade, he moved in the apartment beside me. And, like, as soon as I saw him, I had to have him. He was mine. That's all it was gonna be. And we dated for a year, on and off, because I was immature, but, you know, well, there was a lot of problems, and people starting drama, and being immature, basically. Well, we broke up, and I guess that was in 2009, and, like, coming into 2010 New Year's, my parents ended up going out, and his were doing other stuff. Well, we ended up talking, and he came over, and we were hanging out, and it just ended up being, like, the sweetest, most romantic night ever, and, like, we ended up kissing once, and it was just something unbelievable. It was out of a fairy tale. Well, that year, we didn't really talk until the summer, and we became kind of friends. And gradually we got closer and closer and closer till in about November or October, we were about inseparable. And that's the way I wanted it to be. And I was so in love with him, and that's all I wanted. And I couldn't admit it though. Because a million times before I had admitted that I wanted to be with him, and I just felt stupid because he didn't really say anything back, so I felt like he didn't feel the same way, you know? Well, I took a chance one day, and I kind of just out and told him I was in love with him, but I couldn't admit it, you know? It was one of them kind of things. But he didn't say it back, which I wasn't surprised by. Well, the other day, I found out he was being kicked out of his apartment, and it broke my heart. I broke down crying so hard, and I just felt like I was losing him for good. And later, he told me he was still in love with me. God, I was crying so hard. Like, I didn't know what to do. I didn't text him back for like 20 minutes. I called my friend and told her what was happening. And I was just speechless. And it was just crazy how that started us. And I ended up getting him back. And we actually date now. And like, we hang out every day. And I am dreading when he moves. God. Like, I see him every day. I get to hang out with him from 3 to 10 every day. And that's still not enough. I still don't want to leave. But it's just like, now that we're more mature, it's like something went right. And I couldn't ask for anything more. I'm so extremely happy that if we ended right now, it would just be like falling off a cliff, basically. So, I mean, he means a lot to me, and I don't ever want to lose him. Like, I've grown up with him. I know him better than anybody else. I can tell him things I can't tell anybody else. Like, when I cut, that's who I go to. Or if I feel like I just need somebody there, that's who I go to. Like, so it's gonna be really hard when he moves. But as long as I don't lose him, I'm okay, right? Well, yeah, so that's where we stand now. And God, I love him. I love him to pieces. And I couldn't ask for much more. So, yeah. Hope I didn't bore you. Check out my other videos and comment, whatever. I like when people send me messages. I've actually had a person write a song for me, and a person sent me a really long message on Facebook that I'm still trying to respond to. I actually ended up responding already, but then my internet went out, and I did not feel like rewriting it at that moment. So I guess I'm going to do that right now. But, yeah. So, I'll have that video of the beats of the music, and then I guess I'm going to try to sing the lyrics with the music. But if that fails, don't blame me. Anyway, thank you guys.